the NBA Cup kind of sucks in group play, but once you get to the quarterfinals and semifinals, it's good. I just want to get your thoughts on that because I think that's a realization I just came to.
I kind of agree with that. Like, I think, and there's ways to do this, but the NBA can work on making, I guess, the group play either more exciting or standardize it more, or do away with group play and like make it a full on one and done the whole way out, or like make it by division. One of those two things I feel like needs to change rather than what the group play is right now, because it's hard to follow. Nobody necessarily cares. And while it feels like a little different than a regular season game, it doesn't feel like all that until, like you said, the quarterfinals and semifinals. Then it kind of feels like, oh, this is a little different than, a regular season game.
Because I'm trying to think about the group play. I like the idea of group play, but I just don't like the idea of group play on Tuesdays and Fridays. Either make it a one and done tournament, like you said earlier, or make the group play continuous. Don't make
That's what I meant too. Yeah,
only on Tuesdays and Fridays. Make it to be like until group play is over with.
Mm-hmm. Why are we breaking all this up? And like you said, random Tuesdays and Thursdays. I agree with that. That was another thing we talked about that I think really makes a lot more sense than what they're doing right now. Dedicate a month or two to the NBA Cup solely, so people know it's Cup time. All we doing is Cup time, and it makes more sense. Like, rather than just random Tuesday, it's time for Cup, and then like Tuesday and Thursday to me doesn't make the most sense, and I don't like it as much as rather than like you said, having a dedicated period.
Because like I remember we talked about this earlier in another episode, but we was like, what the hell was I going with that? But it was just kind of basically like, just make it all continuous. There's no point in putting no gap between the cup. If we doing the cup, we doing the cup until making it like 3 weeks of just regular season and then usher into the cup. Like you don't want to just start off with the cup, usher into the cup. Like just do your 3 seasons of just regular season basketball. But then after that 3 weeks is up, we're doing the cup until the cup is over. It's going to be group play, and then it's going to be the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the final. There's not going to be no regular games until the cup is over with.
Why? Yes, that only helps make the regular season more interesting and mean more throughout the season. I also think they should find a way to tie the winning the cup into, winning the championship, whether that be getting, I don't know if I want to say automatic 8th seed or something like that, but like, I want it to mean something. Maybe like if you end up in the finals, you have home court automatically, something like that.
I mean, I think over time it'll just become to mean something. Okay. Like once a team wins the cup and then wins a chip, it's just gonna automatically mean something. Like when young teams win a cup and then they all of a sudden end up in the conference finals, it's gonna mean something in terms of the young teams and development. Like we've seen it with the Pacers, even though they took a step back like a motherfucker. But like if the Pacers, they had got to the cup final and then they ended up making a run to the Eastern Conference final. It's just learning to play winning basketball with stakes. It's always something to it. I don't think you have to give no extra reward for the cup. I don't think so, not no more. Because people just don't compete. It's hard to win. When you're a competitor, it's gonna be hard not to compete when you know it's something on the line.
Yeah.
Like it's a shiny trophy, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
They hang banners for the cup. They hang banners for the cup.
We make fun of it, but like over time, it's just gonna be because we know NBA basketball without the cup. But when teams win the Maui Invitational, you got to be a damn good team to win the Maui Invitational, and that shit means something.
Yeah,
but so quarterfinals, semifinals, you got some surprises. Like what's been going on with this cup up to now?
Let me see. Like OKC has looked almost dominant throughout the entirety of the cup. When they played the Mavericks looked like they kind of almost came out very flat. Luka did not have the best game. It seemed like Dort was getting under his skin, and SGA. This may be a debate in the future, Luka or SGA. Is this now a debate? And we can maybe look into this later. But SGA has, got the better of that matchup, and he's clearly gotten been the most dominant figure in this cup. Maybe him or Giannis. And then
do you think SGA is better than Luka?
I think it's an argument. I think it's an argument, whereas before I would have never said that. I definitely think it's an argument now.
I think.
Do I? No. Me personally, no. I think Luka's better, but I think people could argue if they wanted to now.
I think Luka is a better passer. Luka is a better shooter. He's a more dominant scorer. I think he's a better closer. But I think SGA just less of a headache.
I think SGA is almost
and he's a better defender.
Yeah, he's a better defender, and you can almost say he's more consistent.
I only say Luka just ain't being consistent this year, but over the course of his career, going all the way back to when he was a damn kid, he's been consistent.
Yeah.
I just think this has just been a weird year for him. I think he's rounding into form. But I just think SGA right now is just, I think he's less of a headache. I'd rather deal with SGA. I trust SGA more in terms of just maturity and then the defense. So right now, I can say SGA better than Luka right now. But if I needed a last second shot, I'm still taking Luka. And when you get to these playoff games, I think that kind of matters the most when things are pretty much even.
I really hope they match up again.
But this is kind of this is the thing right now. So, who has been more dominant to you, Giannis or SGA? Because you was
I was about to say SGA is more dominant, but I don't think Giannis is gonna appreciate me saying that the way he's been looking. You see what he took over that game in the Haas defensively. He took over the game defensively.
You think SGA has been more dominant than Giannis? Let me see if I can just.
I'm saying there's an argument, but I don't think Giannis is gonna be appreciating me saying that. So I might take that back because Giannis has. It looks like this man's on a mission for this cup. Like he's on a mission for this cup, and he ain't letting nobody stop him from getting it. The biggest surprise of the cup was the young Magic team, going toe to toe with the Bucks without their stars, and Jalen Suggs, putting 30 on his back, going off in that fourth quarter against the Bucks, but ultimately not being able to pull through. That's the biggest surprise of anything.
I don't know if we talked about this because I did want to talk about the Magic and that being a surprise because it was. Mm-hmm. Do you think the Magic will take over as the new culture team in the NBA? Because it seems like no matter who they put out there, it's like they're always gonna be competitive. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, they got a great coach. It starts with having a great coach and great culture setter. And Jamal Mosley is a Coach of the Year candidate for sure this year. Chris was a 1 year ahead last year because he definitely is a candidate this year. And he has those guys playing hard. Defensively, they know their job, they know their role, and that's what they hang their hats on. And the offense will come. Anthony Black will only continue to get better, more aggressive as a scorer in this league. Jet Howard will only continue to get better and more of a scorer in this league. And Jalen Suggs, if they can get Jalen Suggs to be a consistent offense on the offensive end as a third option, getting these reps as a first option right now while their two stars are out, that only helps and that only makes them better. So
yeah,
I love what I'm seeing from them. They'll only continue to develop and get better.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said about the Magic. I love their team. Everybody's tough. The coach, like you said, is great. I think this could be the new culture team in the NBA to where it's like, it don't matter who we have, who we don't have, you gonna have to come and earn this win regardless. And I think that's a great sign for the team. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if both guys come back and they make a conference finals. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I damn near just got to see it, but right now I think they're the second best team in the East. I think they almost beat Cleveland when they sucked. They was not nowhere near as good of a team they are now, and they almost beat Cleveland. So I think they're better than Cleveland. I know they better than the Knicks. They're better than Hawks. They're better than the Bucks. They literally no Franz, no Paolo. Win to go home game. They damn near beat the Bucks. perfect. They got perfect wings and bigs to guard Giannis. I think the Magic probably are the biggest surprise from the NBA Cup. Yeah. Um. You don't think the Hawks was a big surprise? Was you surprised when the Hawks beat the Knicks?
I'll be honest, no, I was not. Now, the way the game started and the way the game finished, a little bit, because the Knicks seemed like they had it under control. And of course, Trae Young got a little bit more aggressive. And was able to find his guys, find his shot as well, and he took over. And so, while the Hawks were impressive and they did impress me beating the Knicks, I also feel like the Hawks have a good they're a good 5-6 solid players deep, and they're only missing like a couple guys before they're a real deal team. But they have a good solid core over there as well. They have surrounded Trae Young with filthy defenders, just filthy defenders. And then he could be that guy who can get buckets. So I love that team. I think they only continue to get better. And he owns the Knicks. He just loves playing in Madison Square Garden. So
what's been the best game to you so far? I low-key think that Knicks Hawks game, for me personally.
I'd have to agree that Knicks Hawks game was probably the best one. It was fun to watch and see how it progressed out. And then of course the showmanship was pretty cool too.
But this is my beef. This is my only beef with the Hawks. And we're finna get into this. Look at this shit, bro. Jalen Johnson, 6 for 15. DeAndre Hunter, 5 for 16. Man, if only one of them dudes would have showed up offensively, they would have won that game. Because Trae played amazing. Is it safe to say Trae back? Is Trae back?
Well, you said this is what he needed. You said this is what he needed to get back and remind people I'm a star in this league. And it seems like that's what he's done. And it looked like he back.
35. Then what I say he had 35, 10, and 7 versus Giannis's 32, 14, and 9. Yeah, this was easily the best game. I think Damian Lillard hit some big shots, even though he was struggling. Dyson Daniels was clamping him, but he still found a way to hit some big shots. I thought Brook Lopez did play well. I think the Bucks got action. I think they're the third best team. I think the Bucks is better than Cleveland.
They've turned their season around for sure.
Yeah, I like what I've seen from the Bucks. Do you think the Knicks losing to the Hawks was a big deal? And were you did I ask you if you were surprised?
You asked me if I was surprised. I didn't say I wasn't the necessarily most surprised because
I meant to move on to the Thunder Rockets.
Yeah,
Thunder Rockets.
Yeah,
Thunder Rockets. That's what I meant to move on because we just talked about the Knicks. Bro, what's up with the Rockets, bro? Just how are you feeling from watching the Rockets in the Cup? Just the Rockets.
See, my point is, what happened here was Hartenstein was a big key factor in this game, and he really put the clamps on Sengun. And also, Jalen Green just ain't that guy. And that's something they need. That's something they need. Jalen Green's not that guy. And you can't rely on Fred VanVleet because he ain't that guy. He's not all-star Fred VanVleet or whatever. Like, that's not who we rely on our hat on to get buckets outside of Sengun. Like, if Jalen Green was who he was supposed to be, they would have won this game.
I don't think ever since his second year, I was out on him. It's just like I think a lot of the stuff with Jalen Green is I done heard a lot. I heard Charles Barkley even said, bro, the Rockets don't know how to play basketball. And I think Jalen Green is just one of the head men in that. Like, he don't know what's a good shot. He don't know what's a bad shot. I think one of the most underrated things when it comes to basketball is feel. Like, talent is cool, but if you don't have feel, you will never get to where you're trying to go. And then another thing is, if you just go be buckets, like Zach LaVine. I was talking about Zach LaVine all the time. Jalen Green was supposed to be that type of player. Zach LaVine is buckets. The thing about Jalen Green, you can't even just be buckets because you're not efficient. Like, you're not efficient and you don't bring nothing else to the table. It's like, bro, they got to send him to purgatory or somewhere. I don't even know who would take him on. Like I don't know who wants Jalen Green. I don't know who believes he can't do it. He can't score efficiently. And then he does nothing else. And I do agree with you. They need that scorer, and the NBA Cup has shown that. What about the Warriors losing to the Rockets? What they say?
Warriors fans are going to say they were robbed, and in a way they kind of were. That was a bad foul call, in my opinion, on Jalen Green. But shout out to Jalen Green for hitting them free throws. That's about the only thing he did towards the end of that game.
Facts. Terrible call, but yeah, facts.
I just think the Warriors it almost shows that the Warriors don't have the talent they used to have, and they're not matching up as far as talent wise goes with some of the other teams that are in the West. And Curry can only get you so far, do so much. With the Rockets, they play a staunch, gritty style of defense. They're all in your face, energetic, constantly 48 minutes throughout the game. You know, Curry can only do so much. Curry is only one man. When you have Draymond Green, you know, he's going through, am I coming off the bench? Am I starting? He did good on Şengün for the most part, but
were you surprised they lost?
I was surprised they lost. I was surprised though. I think I don't remember who I picked now. I don't know if I picked I can't remember who I picked, the Rockets or Warriors. I was surprised watching the game that the final outcome ended up being the Warriors' loss. I think there was opportunities for Curry to put the game away, and it didn't happen. I also think they let the Rockets hang around too much.
I think Stephen Curry, he done escaped all blame because he won early. But Stephen Curry is one of the worst superstars when it comes to like last second shots or go ahead baskets. Like he can put a game away early, but he don't put games away late. That's just not. Steph Curry's never been that type of guy.
I think he took the shot way too early as well. Like he didn't have to take the shot right then and there. Because it gave time for rebound, them to get the ball, and then look what happened. So
I'm not just supremely mad at that game because I think Wiggins is a big deal, and Wiggins didn't play. We seen what Wiggins was doing against the Mavericks. Wiggins is a key piece. Like Wiggins is a 20-point per game scorer in the NBA. Like that's you know, you just, and he's one of I think he's a best big wing defender. So them missing Wiggins was a big thing. I'm more surprised. I'm not saying surprised, but the Rockets Thunder game, I think that was a big tell sign where you seen the gap between stars. That second half was SGA and J-Dub is better than everybody.
Yes. And that's why I said if the Rockets make the playoffs, I don't think they make it. They may not even make it out the first round.
Do you think the Rockets go in the season as a top 4 seed?
I don't even know
stay top 4 seed.
I don't even know about that. I think they may end up 5 or 6. They very well could, because they could be just, you know, a regular season team, and there's a lot of guys, not a lot of teams in the West not healthy, so that could be a benefactor for them. I don't see them slipping past like 5 or 6.
I low-key do. I wouldn't be surprised. I ain't gonna say I'll see it, but I wouldn't be surprised. They can't score the basketball, bro. Thunder. I want to talk about the Thunder, and then we can get into the preview of the final, and then But I'm gonna say this: Thunder. The thing I got from the Thunder from the Cup, they getting timely. People stepping up in a timely manner. Like Hardenstein and Lou Dort both stepped up against the Rockets and was the third and fourth guy. But I'm still worried about them not having a backup big, and I'm worried about them not having a legit third guy behind SGA and J-Dub, because they don't have a third guy that can get his own damn shot at all. There's no other playmaker, shot creator outside of Shea and J-Dub. How do you feel about the Thunder in this cup?
So you can almost you can feel how much they miss Chet by not having that third guy who can get their own shot. Aaron Wiggins, you know, you would think he could be a guy who could do that. Maybe they need to allow him the opportunity to do more of that. But when you have just like, you know, great guys who are defenders and three 3-point shooters in Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, Caruso, who hasn't necessarily been shooting the best, but he can defend pretty well. They do need somebody else to be able to step up and be that, third scorer, come along with Chet and J-Dub. And in a way, that could be Hardenstein, depending on how aggressive he is or how they're playing through him.
Hardenstein is a third guy. Like, I like Hardenstein as like a passer, lob threat, that type of thing. But I'm talking about, I'm low key now that we talking about. I'm disappointed in Casey Wallace. Why Casey Wallace isn't jumping as a scorer, shooter, ball handler, playmaker? Because Casey Wallace could score. He was scoring.
He can score. He was
scoring at Richardson.
Yeah, he can score, and that's his thing. Like, I feel like he may be in his head, or he may be limiting himself as far as what he feel like he needs to do for this team. He may be confining himself to just a role guy, because on defense he strap up.
No, facts. The defense isn't in question, but look at this. This is disgusting. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 42 from the field, 30 from 3. What was he doing last year? That's why I'm so disappointed in him. Last year, he was 7 points a game, pretty much the same stats, but he was shooting 50 from the field, 42 from 3. Like, I think he needed to step up, and I'm low key disappointed in him.
I get that. I get your disappointment in that, but
because like Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, them dudes ain't creating for themselves. They catch and shoot guys or catch and drive guys. I really thought Casey Wallace could have some juice to him. Casey Wallace had some juice. He was legit like a Drew Holiday type of guy. Like, I can pretty much do everything as this guard type of guy, but I'm going to defer. He's like a Derek White, Drew Holiday type of guy. You should give me 15, 14, 16 points.
Yeah. And that's maybe so. Yeah, they're definitely an area he can improve on. That only helps this team, be better. He should be able to step up and they should demand, hey, we got guys out, and now it's your time to step up and be that third guy for us as far as scoring wise. It shouldn't be Hardenstein trying to fill that need.
Okay, real quick, because we just go preview this game and then we're done for the night. We have Bucks versus Thunder. You have this star-studded, bro. I think this is a duo battle. And it's safe to say that J-Dub is officially a duo with Shea, and that Chet is a third option, but it's not a big. It's a big three. I'm trying to cap. But okay, preview the game. Thunder versus Bucks.
Yeah.
What you was
just about to say? Hey, don't let Chet fool you. Now he out right now, but when he come back, he gonna show you what's up.
Yeah, they got a big three. I apologize to Chet. They need his ass for sure.
Yeah.
And they need him more offensively, you would think, than defensively.
Even though haven't even seen him with Hartenstein yet.
It's gonna make me crazy. But Thunder versus Bucks. I just kind of want to get your initial thoughts, who you got, and keys to victory.
I think this is the year. So initially, I did say that Giannis is going to get it. I said before I was homing for the Mavericks, I said Giannis is going to make this run and get in the carry the Bucks to a cup victory. SGA, he's been playing great for the Thunder. He's been carrying them. He's been doing everything, and then pairing him with J-Dub. I love their defense. They have a historic defensive team. They're missing Chet. I think Giannis will not be denied. I think Giannis is someone they do not have an answer for. And when push comes to shove and games like this matters, Giannis is a freak, and he cares about this stuff. He cares about, in moments and in games that this is technically an exhibition game, but he cares about it. He will care about it, and he will want to win it.
So you got the Bucks?
I got the Bucks. I think they have no answer for Giannis. I think while they will in the back, I think they will have answers for Damian Lillard, and he may have a slow game like what's been going on before. Giannis will carry them, keep them afloat, and then eventually Dame will figure it out and hit a big shot or something like that. I got the Bucks.
You suck. That's exactly what I got. I literally thinking along the exact same lines. My thing is
on SGA.
I don't think SGA. I think it's a gap. I think it's Jokic, then it's Giannis, then it's a gap between Luka and SGA. I think it's clearly Jokic and Giannis is the best players in the league, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this: Isaiah Hartenstein can't do it all by himself, bro. Mm-hmm. And they back up big is who? Kendrick Williams. That is going to be food.
Dylan Jones.
Food, because you got to guard Giannis, then you got Brook Lopez, and then you got Bobby Portis. I know Brook Lopez be on the perimeter, but like he's gonna shoot over them little guys, I guess. But my thing is, SGA and J-Dub both have to probably go for 30, or Casey Wallace is going to have to be that sitting guy. He's going to have to literally try to kill Dame when he's in the game. My thing is, whoever they put on Dame, whoever Dame is guarding, has to get 20 points because they're not gonna put him on J-Dub, they're not gonna put him on Shea. So if they try to hide Dame on Casey Wallace has to try to go for 20. That's the Thunder only chance. If not, I think Giannis is damn near going for a 40-point triple-double. There's nobody. I think Giannis and Bobby Portis are gonna have big games. There's just nobody on the inside. They finna get offensive rebounds out the ass, and they finna just score in the paint a lot. Like Isaiah Hartenstein gonna probably get in foul trouble. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think J-Dub and SGA can do their thing. I think they have good matchups. But there's nothing for Giannis, and he's gonna be the most dominant player on the court. And then his backup is gonna come in and eat.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't see it.
OKC only has one big. So we both picked the Bucks. I wouldn't be surprised if the Thunder win it, but I just don't. I think they just too damn small, bro. They're just too damn small.
Nah, I feel you on that, man. And it's I mean, I wish I could disagree. I thought he was going SGA, honestly, because I know he was one of your favorite players at a point. But to me, I don't think Giannis will be denied in this sense, and I think while it would be nice to see the Thunder have a magical run like this, I don't know if it can happen.
The thing is, the Thunder been cutting people's water off. They not cutting Giannis water off.
Yeah.
It's not no guard. It's not no guard oriented team, and to the point where it's like my best player not a guard, my second best player is a guard. But like you said, he's gonna find ways to be effective eventually. Like if Dyson Daniels could held Dame to 25, like I got held to 25. Let that sink in. I mean, if Dyson Daniels can hold him to 25, Thunder probably holding to 24, 23 at the least.
Yeah.
So Giannis go for 40, Dame go for 23. I think Bobby Portis gonna be. I wanted to try to make it. It's just not a good matchup, bro. They would have had Chet. They would have had extra.
Ooh, if it was Chet, I'd be leaning a different way. But I think Chet's X factor. I think he's real important for that Thunder team, and he's not there. So
we both got booked.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.